Wallow's been in the news for a couple things in the past week.
Yeah.
First, I wanted to discuss the video of him recently making the internet rounds at the Credit to Cash seminar, where he was giving a financial literacy course. That's what it was.
Like, really?
Apparently.
Us. Oh, I'm black. Oh, black people. Nobody gives a about that. Kill that. Either you got a good business or you don't. All that nobody want to hear that. That's a hustle. Support me because I got a black business. Is your restaurant clean? Is the food good? Do you got consistent cooks? Is the material good? Stop doing that. Oh, you support the white people? No, I support consistency, baby. Yeah. About what color you is. I'm gonna spend my money. That paper, I'm gonna spend them deals where the I want to spend it at. Whether it's Porsche, Ferrari, Lamborghini, I'm gonna do what I want to do while I'm here. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: I ain't gonna be finessed off some black shit. But one thing about it, 70% of you not going to make it. I'm not no fucking fake ass motivational speaker that talk this. I'm the number one. You know why? Y'all seen me come out of the penitentiary. I make millions and I make millionaires, baby.
And that was Wallow.
That is one of the most ignorant ass. Like, you know, now, all right. When I first saw this, right, of course it pissed me the fuck off because it's always that one. You feel what I'm saying? That's doing more than you should be doing. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gone viral on Club Shay Shay, which it helps pushing your brand, even though your brand is doing this thing and this and the third, and you making money. And I amend any brother who comes out and they out here getting money, because I was once upon a time in that situation and I have two businesses, so I'm for that. But this is where I had to veer off of what he's talking about, because number one, he's talking like that every black restaurant is nasty or understaffed, or there might be some mishaps, some mistakes happen, you know what I'm saying? Because that can happen in any nationality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
So that part where he's saying being finessed because I'm black, that pissed me off right there. Did somebody help you get where you at? When you came out of prison, right? Did somebody help you get to where you at? You had an opportunity. So for you to sit here, and if you were a motivational speaker and them people paid you money to hear that book, I hope you gave them their money back. Let me just say that. So let me get back to what I was saying. Number two, we do know that black businesses do not be fully funded when they start open. They don't when they open. You know what I'm saying? Like, compared to white business owners, hell, even Hispanic, Latino, because they got Latino banks. And you just look at some of these Mexican restaurants with all the lights and stuff, it takes over $100,000 to fill out a restaurant, especially if it's not already built in, ready to go. You feel what I'm saying? You're gonna spend upwards of $100,000 to $150,000. So with that being said, black business owners usually, when they start their businesses, because it's with their own money or with other people pitching in to help get their brand off. Now, mistakes will happen. So if you are a millionaire, a black millionaire, right? And if you came across that situation, right? Why wouldn't you support it? Why wouldn't you give them constructive information to help better their brand? And hell, if you see that they have a brand that can really blow, they just need some, because 9 times out of 10, you just need money to fill it out, to make it look like how it's supposed to. You feel what I'm saying? Why wouldn't you be that person to get that money? You know what I'm saying? Hell, even if you're just your influence, you don't necessarily get money. Your influence based off of your shows and stuff like that, you can get spotlight of this business to where they can blow and make the money themselves, so then they can be able to fit it out perfectly how it's supposed to. Now, I'm also going to say this. I'm not saying support any business that comes out with some bullshit or who cannot correct the mistake. You know what I'm saying? None of that. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about for the ones that's out here really have a great idea, because most of us, black and brown, don't go to business school to learn this. You feel what I'm saying? Most of us don't have other entrepreneurs in our families. You feel what I'm saying? So some of us are first, if not second generation business owners. So with that being said, it's a trial and error learning how you do your business. I know it was with me. I have 2 businesses. McNeil's Touch Mobile Detailing, created March 20th, 2009 after me being out of prison for only 2 years. I worked 1 year and I created that business. And it's been almost 20 years now. Alpha Dog's the same way. So I just didn't like his take on how he's talking. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. I had an issue with, number one, I feel like any other ethnic group would never tell you not to support
your own.
Like I said, a Jewish person will never tell you not to support Jewish business. It don't matter what the circumstances are.
Never hear that.
And I think it's a common sense thing where if you go into any business of any color and the business isn't good, I'd never recommend you spending money with them. But the other issue I have is the amount of vitriol, kind of the tone.
How you going at your own?
Yeah, I'm never the tone police because I believe in being direct and straightforward. Right. But one thing I have been noticing between Wallo and other people, Obama, I've even seen it with Roland Martin during the elections. And sometimes when they address black people, they have a very condescending tone in their voice, just like Wallo did, where he was calling it black.
Brothers, Porsche, Ferrari, Lambo, I'm going to do what I want to do while I'm here. But I'm going to tell you one thing, I ain't going to be finessed off some black
You know, Cousin Pookie might be.
If you are here, you are likely to vote. But Cousin Pookie, I like Pookie. Round up Cousin Pookie, make a plan to vote.
Had a number of folks from Millennial and Gen Z talk to me complaining about all sorts of stuff, and I said, this real simple, shut up and vote. Shut up and vote. Shut up and vote. Shut up and vote.
Shut up and dribble. Shut up and dribble. Shut up and dribble.
I was on Twitter talking about how we need to be critical of these campaigns and make sure that we get policies so that when whoever become president, they don't forget about us. Roland Martin called me stupid, dumb, an idiot, and a fool on his show. I never tweeted at Roland Martin. I never talked about Roland Martin at all. He came to my Twitter page, quoting my tweets, to call me stupid. And then he did a show about me, and he called me a fool.
So we have 3 different versions. We got one person.
Tell Pookie and Ray Ray.
Right. Yeah, one was subtle.
He never told white people, tell Cletus. And you tell Cletus and your cousin Cletus to go vote. He just, Pookie and Ray Ray. Roland Martin was, you fools, you idiots. We had to hear that the whole election if we weren't riding dead on with the Democrats. So there's this tone a lot of who get money take when they address other black people in a very condescending manner. And you can see it by the word choice and the energy they have versus when they address a room full of white people or a mixed crowd.
Okay.
There's a less hostile edge or tone to it with the word choice and the vitriol and the emotion in it. So
I can see your point, but
yeah,
those other folks that you are talking about, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to push them to do certain things. Mm-hmm. Some of them you have to give them subtle motivation to why.
But is that motivation?
In a sense, yes. And most people, so for you, it's not, because for you and for people like myself, it's not because we are intelligent enough to know this. We're talking about people who doesn't either have the education or the insight on reason why this is bigger than you. So sometimes you have to break that down to the simplest form, to where, hey, listen, this is what follow me out. So like I said, for us, we don't need to have that talk. We know what time it is, because again, we have education background / street hustle to mix with it, to where we got it. For others, that's not in that frame. You can't talk to them with some high-end words.
I get what you're saying, but my thing is this: you can't save everybody.
That's true.
You know, and I feel like the people that are interested are going to take the information and absorb it. And the people that aren't interested are the ones we got to go out our way and cater and the information to. But they're still not interested because they're just not interested in the information at all.
And again, I get what you're saying. But there are some that you can talk like that and they get
motivated.
But for us, it's different because we're educated. You feel what I'm saying? So we know what time it is. So when we hear that, I didn't take no offense of because he ain't talking to me. I'm smart. I know what time it is. He talking about that's not on top of their game when it comes fluent with that. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not fluent in politics and you have to dumb it down, let's call it like it is. You got to dumb it down.
Yeah. But
hell,
that's the thing. If you got to dumb it down, then let them drown. Hey,
guess what? But guess what?
Yeah.
Trump he dumbed it down for him. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay, we got a comment in the chat from, I think it says you die, and it says, bro, show me your degree if you're educated. Well, I don't know if you're speaking to Hassan, but I have my BA in English from North Carolina Central, graduated December 15, 2003. So I do have my degree in English.
And I have a degree in business because, like I said, I create two businesses from scratch. One of them is almost 20 years old. So that's my school of hard knocks.
Yeah. Well,
then so one way you're gonna learn in business, either you go to school or you get out here in the trenches and you learn it firsthand.
Yeah.
Either way, both of them is gonna cost you some goddamn money. How about that?
That is true. Cool. But also, Wallow did talk. I want to give props to Wallow too. I don't want to just sit here and criticize him. He did take time to save a man who was threatening to commit. Oh wait, I shouldn't say that word. Who's threatening to unalive himself on a bridge in Philly.
Look at Wallo. Wallo out there trying to save the man. Look at Wallo trying to save the man. Yo, Wallo trying to save him.
And I saw the video making rounds on the internet.
All right.
Yeah, and basically it just shows the video of Wallow standing on the bridge, talking to a man who had, I guess, caused a car accident on the bridge, and he decided he was going to end it all. And Wallow had saw this person and the huge police presence on the bridge and decided to pull over, get out on the bridge, and talk to the man. And he
talked him down.
Yeah, and apparently, yeah. So this man was depressed over the recent passing of his mother and his niece. And it looks like Wallow was able to FaceTime a few of the man's relatives. So they all got together and talked the man down on the bridge. And I want to give Wallow props because some people are heroes. Because if it's on a bridge,
is he a hero or he an opportunist?
It could be both, but I mean, he didn't do it with the intention of being seen. So
he knew he was going to be seen. If it's already police present out there,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, it's automatically, and you are a famous person. So, and with today's technology, it's cameras everywhere, whether you got it by the phone or whether the government got them on you. So, with that being said, and you are in the wide world of the internet, you know, you take your black ass out there and engage in that situation, you're gonna go viral.
Yeah.
Now you just went viral for talking bull, right? So now here you are.
Well, this was before the
so this
summit.
happened before the summit.
So this happened a couple days before the summit.
Okay, well, I can't even listen. So you did a good deed and turned around and smashed it with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, he
well, you did a good thing.
Yeah.
But I just feel like that was an opportunity. It's just almost like
I see what you're saying, where it's an opportunity or opportunity.
Yeah, you just saw that.
I'm gonna say this: it was on a bridge, and I'm scared of height.
I feel you.
So Wallow did something that I damn sure wouldn't do.
But how many niggas riding on the freeway? Oh shit, over there. Oh, let me get out. oh, let me go over here. And
I don't know what his motivation was.
Let me go over here to save this the bridge. Like, how many niggas really gonna do that? Like, I mean, again, I ain't knocking him. He did it. You feel what I'm saying? And it turned out great, positive.
Yeah.
What if it went the opposite way?
Oh, and the dude jumped.
What?
Like nah, the Wallow.
You should stay the damn car. You
Wallow, man, I can't believe you talked him into jumping. We would have been blaming him.
Oh my God! So word up. Hey, you did a great deed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm gonna give Wallow props because, like I said, I couldn't do it because
I wouldn't do it.
I'm scared
I
of heights.
wouldn't do it. I ain't paid to do that.
Depends on what bridge, because I'm saying if the bridge is a bridge you would consider jumping off to end it all, that's not a bridge I would be on.
I don't give a damn. It's a Hudson Bridge. I'm not going up there to say nobody ass. You feel what I'm saying?
I think about it if it was a freeway overpass.
No, I ain't doing
I'd be like,
shit.
come on, bro, you gonna mess up somebody's car.
If I see police present out there, fire, I ain't going out there. They pay to do that shit.
Yeah.
I ain't saving nobody.
Oh yeah. Don't say that.
They ain't saving nobody, but just the fact that he's like, oh yeah, let me get out here, go talk down. You know what I'm saying? It just ring opportunities. That's all.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I'm still gonna give a shout out to Wallow because whether he did it for press or genuine care, he was still on a bridge.
But then you follow up this saying some.
Yeah, but he's better than me because I ain't talking nobody off a bridge unless it's through a phone.
I ain't doing that.
I'm gonna be on the phone. Right. Like, it's not worth it.
You better make
if somebody called me from the Maryland Bay Bridge, I'll be like, yo, I can't even get anywhere near that bridge and talk to you. You got to be a couple miles away and talk. I'll talk to you through a drone or something. But, yeah.
This guy in chat, you guys thugging.
Yeah.
He funny.
Trolls. That means we're getting popular.
I love you.
Yeah?
Yeah.